Yard looks great, thank you. My wife, so I guess his wife was home. My wife said my neighbor was being a jerk. So sorry. Let me know what he said so I can speak to him again. Sorry. What's going on, all my lawn care ninjas? You know what today is. What day is it today?
Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday, of course. And why is it a Freaky Friday, Busy Bee?
We gotta catch that big squirrely mother effer over there.
whoa! Good to meet you, man. You're waking up. So, which one are you talking about?
The one that looks like an octopus a little bit.
Wait, the one that looks like a what?
Octopus.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, get your butt on the floor. So Busy Bee is arguing with me that he wants to personally attack the squirrely over there.
Oh, no, I'm good there. You know
No.
if I get a hold of it, it ain't gonna be there.
Okay, all right, fine. How hot is this, Busy Bee? How hot?
It's 92 degrees out here right now.
That's not what I'm asking you. How hot is it out here with the humidity?
Huh? I'd say it's up in the hundreds.
No joke. If I open this door right here, you want me to open it? No, you don't want me to. If I open it, you guys are gonna melt. The screen's gonna crack, and it is like a oven out here. We want to leave you with a little, what would you call it? A little mind.
I don't know another way to say it.
You don't know another way to say it? There's got to be another way to say it. I'm not thinking of any right now. So did you come up with an answer the way you would describe what we're gonna leave them before we get going?
What with mind freakery?
Excuse me? Excuse me? What did you come up with? What did you just say?
Hell, I don't even know.
Wait, whoa. Babies are watching. What'd you just say? Mind what?
I don't even know.
What else? Say it.
Came up with mind freakery.
You came up with mind freakery. I guess Busy Bee's calling it mind freakery, so we're gonna leave you with a little mind freakery and think about this. All right, all you got to do, ninjas, is think about it. And then we'll really explain what we're talking about when we get back from the oven cooking. We may not be in the best of shape when we come to conclude the video. Have you ever gotten a payment from a customer, but you end up finding out that you cannot do what with that payment?
I don't know what I'd do with it.
You don't know what you do with it?
No.
You wouldn't know what you could do with it, or could you do anything with it? So it is a great question. Think about it. You get a payment from the customer, ninjas, okay? And then you walk away from the customer. You look down at your payment, and you are mind bedazzled would be the right way, okay?
That'd be a little easier.
Yeah, not mind freakery. Where the heck did you get mind freakery?
Heck, I don't even.
I know what you wanted to say, but you better not.
Yeah,
anyway, mind bedazzled. And then you ask yourself, could I actually use this? Is this any good? Now you're probably wondering, oh, Nick, don't give me that, Nick. What are you talking about, Nick? Stay tuned and you'll find out. Sometimes, ninjas, you're gonna have to make a decision, even though it's risky sometimes.
Yep.
So for example, I'm looking at this thing. I had to push it all the way back and get it a little naked actually, just because it was starting to take over the front yard here. You can just tell how far it come out. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to cut it completely right there somewhere. But then if I do, I'm gonna have to cut this and this and basically clean up the bottom and leave the top. I think I'm gonna risk it. Let's see how it turns out. Yo, what are you doing? Did you just break them? You did?
Yep.
What?
I was doing it just like you was.
So Ninja's Busy Bee just broke Whoppers.
Yeah, that's what I call them, whoppers.
That's what I call them. I'm wondering if they have a lifetime warranty on them. We got the Chainsaw Ninjas. I do want to chop those two down there that are just sticking out. All right, let's see how this turns out. Sometimes, like I said, you'll have to take a risk. But I have a visual in my head how I want this to turn out, so we'll see. So that is the look I was going for. We're still going to clean up a little bit better down here at the bottom. He's going to rake everything out, and then we'll chop up and pull out any of those little sticks and things. But I wanted to really clean up so where the mulch was visible, and then let it keep growing up. That brand was not a Corona brand, it was Fisker's. Yeah. And Busy Bee looked it up, and it looks like it's a lifetime warranty as long as the owner, right, owns them. So I'm going to be taking those back to Home Depot and see if they're going to give me any trouble for it or not. You have to like step back like where we are right now and look at it and see if you notice any little things sticking up anywhere. But if you've got a second person with you, call, you know, that's your spotter. And so while you're busy trimming, he or she can walk back and forth and look around and then come back to you and just say, hey, right here, hey, right here. It makes things so much faster. It's a good team effort. So anytime I'm doing shrubs and I have help with me, that's my spotter. But when you are solo, you're just gonna have to do it yourself. You got to keep stopping for every few minutes, step back, take a look at it, do it again. It's a wrap, Ninjas. Looks good for what we did today. Like I said, we've got the pampas grass right here. At some point that's gonna get trimmed, and we got that tree on each corner of the house, but all these little ones here got cleaned up nicely. But for some of you loyal Ninjas, you'll remember that I've had words in the past with this neighbor right here. He come out screaming, hollering at me last time, talking about these weeds in the freaking yard. Or not in the yard, in the bed. And we've had words, and I told him, I said, my customer's not interested. I have mentioned it, and you know, I'm not gonna do it. You should be maintaining it anyway. I said, what, for free? I don't think so. What happened?
He came back out again.
He came out yelling at you for what?
I thought I blew some, I guess, whatever in his grass.
In grass and the driveway or walkway there. Was there anything there?
No, not when I got down there.
So there was nothing there, but he come out hollering and yelling at you. Did he even knock on my customer's door?
Oh yeah, he knocked on it and he seen me come around the corner.
Okay. So then what did he say after I de-escalated the situation about blowing off? I said, hey, make sure, you know, you go get whatever's over there, blow it this way. Even though there was nothing there, but I just said it. What was the next thing he said?
He goes, ain't you gonna get these weeds out of the bed or something like that?
Exactly. So he's mentioning the weeds again, Ninjas, and he's like, they look terrible. You need to be taking care of these weeds, because all they're doing is creeping on over into my beds.
Yep.
Have you ever seen weeds jump from one bed?
I've never seen them, but they might be on steroids or something.
Have you ever seen weeds jump from like this bed on over across the whole lawn and into his bed? I sure as heck haven't. Now look, do I agree that they could get pulled or sprayed or something? Yes. What did I tell him?
I can't do it.
Busy Bee, is your brain fried from this heat?
I think so.
I told him that I talked to the customer, did I not?
Yeah.
Okay, so I
said, he didn't want it.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I told him, I said, listen, dude, I said, we have spoken about this prior. I have mentioned it to my customer even after our last encounter. And I stated to him that we should pull it or spray it or something, because I said it looks, you know, it could look better. But I even mentioned to my customer that you had a problem with it. And guess what my customer said? Forget it.
Yep.
Right? So this customer, or the neighbor I should say, to my customer is what?
I don't know what you'd call it.
Pick one word, man. Don't leave me hanging right now.
I don't know if you want me to say it or not. I'd call him a pain in the neck.
Okay.
That's what I'd call him.
I was just gonna say difficult, but
Yeah.
you sure you okay?
I'm
So
difficult.
he's being difficult, ninjas, because his neighbor, which is my customer, is not getting done what he prefers that it should be done. I have a feeling my customer, ninjas, doesn't want to do it intentionally now because the neighbor is being super difficult. What a crazy encounter. It's the second time this neighbor is being a pain in the A. Busy Bee's been working for me now, what, going on 2 months, if not 2 months?
I'd say about 2 months.
Yeah, and this is our actual first time ever since you've started to be off for 2 days for the whole weekend. It just happened to be the holiday weekend.
Yep.
Speaking of the holiday weekend, I hope all of you ninjas are staying safe, having fun with your families, of course, spend time, celebrate the holiday for what it is, and but just be safe, man. Let me ask you if this has ever happened to you. I'm not gonna take long because we're done and I want to call it quits, and I know he's ready to go home too. But so I go up to the door of this customer of mine, and she opens the door and she says, actually, I was always dealing with her husband, but she came to the door, so she didn't even know what the costs were or nothing because he wasn't home. And so she said, hey, how much? And so I give her the price. She said, okay, can you give me a few minutes so I can go write you a check? And I said, sure. I was like, if you're gonna write a check, because again, I never dealt with her, I didn't know if she knew or not, I said, write it out to Saving Green Lawn Care, Saving Green Lawn Care. And what did she say after that?
She goes, you don't want cash?
Speak up, man. She said what?
She goes, do you not want cash?
She said, oh wait, you don't want cash? And I went, no, cash is fine. I said, if you have cash, I said, that's fine, no, not a problem. She said, okay, give me just a minute. So at this point, what would you be expecting?
I'd be expecting cash.
Okay, so I expected cash, but again, whatever. She comes out to the door, and what does she hand me?
A check.
She hands me a check. Well, I didn't think nothing of it. I figured maybe she found out she didn't have enough and ended up writing me a check after all. So I just took it, didn't even look at it. We were still kind of chit-chatting, and I walked away. When I walked away, what did I do?
You opened it up.
And what did I find on the check?
It's got cash written out on it.
So, you know where it says pay to the order of, should say Saving Green Lawn Care, whatever, right? Heck, she could have put SG Ninjas for all I cared, right? Instead, she put on there cash. So now I have a check, ninjas, for a decent amount that says cash. What? Have you ever had that?
I ain't never dealt with it.
So what would I do with that check, Busy Bee?
I wouldn't even know what to do.
So I thought maybe I was like the first one. I was like, well, maybe this is something that I've just never encountered in my last 10 years. This is my 11th year in business. I've never encountered such thing. So I was like, maybe it's just me. So I approached the truck and I
Yes, me.
I asked you, I said, hey, have you ever had this situation happen to you? And I explained to Busy Bee just like I explained to you right now. And you said,
I ain't even never seen nothing like it.
so it wasn't just me. It's Busy Bee too. He's never seen anything like dust. He's never seen anything like this. So now I have a check that says cash. Can I actually cash that check? Or can I still deposit it? My concern about this, if this check is cashable, is that even a word?
Alright, might as well make it a word.
Okay, cashable. It's not written out to anybody, it just says cash. What if I lost it? Could somebody else just cash it and not get in trouble? Because it just says cash.
More than likely, I'd say so.
I mean, the check is signed, but it says pay to the order of cash. So could anybody cash it? Why are you sitting all... Boy, you are comfy.
Oh yeah, I had to get comfy.
I mean, look at his body. It's like, I've never really cashed any of my customers' checks. I just have no reason to. So I always just deposit them. But I would assume I could cash them if I really wanted to. But what do I do with a check that just says cash? So let me know what you think, ninjas. I hope you enjoyed today a little bit of swimming. Happy 4th. Happy 4th. Do you want to say happy 4th to the ninjas?
Happy 4th, ninja.
So stay safe. Thank you for watching another video, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace. What's up?